Hello everyone and welcome back to Cyberpunk 2077. This is episode 29. Last time we progressed the main quest with Takamura in the parade. So play it safe and search and destroy. We completed and we've had a conversation with Hanako through a doll about how to proceed with our sort of status and our story here. And if we take a look, our relic progress has progressed to running on fumes. So we're operating on pure willpower now. To give up at this moment would be to give up completely. But surrendering just isn't in your DNA. Not in Johnny's either. That's for damn sure. Keep pushing forward. Everything is still within reach. And if we have a look at this mission in our journal, Nocturne OP55N1, we both knew this time would come. If we don't think of something quick, you will die and I'll go with you. It's time for our final meeting. Now, reading the line, our final meeting, is concerning because I don't know how long this game's main quest is. I don't know how much we have left to do. We've been watching side jobs dwindle. We have a lot of gigs to do and a lot of other content is sure to present itself. But it really is intriguing to see us pushing to this type of attitude. Like, we do obviously have this at 56%. I'm not really sure how the percentages work. Obviously, this is tied to V and Johnny. This is tied to kind of like our reputation, which is at 90%, and we're at max street cred. So obviously, there's something else related to this. We will find out. However, being at this point in the story, we have recently had the Phantom Liberty questline open up after we hung out with the Voodoo Boys. And I know that the expansion is implemented in a way to work with the main base game. That's why when we reach a certain point, it opens up for us to experience. So we will be engaging with the questline, and I think we should do it now, or at least dip our toes in and see how we feel about it, because it has opened up for us, and it felt so natural to the point when we got that phone call, I genuinely just didn't even blink. I didn't even think twice about it. It just felt like it had a place in the story. So that's really, really cool, which makes me feel good about approaching it. So we're going to go to the Dogtown border and see what's going on here today. So Hanako, she can wait for a bit because in universe, as far as V's concerned, this is still another lead for assistance with the relic. We have exhausted a few avenues, checking out people with like Hellman and the Voodoo Boys and Alt Cunningham and being like, how can we handle this thing? And this, according to V, is another lead that we should pursue. So this story's got it all. An unknown number, a mysterious caller, a shady meet and greet in the middle of nowhere. And they say I'm the one always diving headfirst into trouble. But sure, if it's not a trap, it's a 1 in a trillion chance. Next stop, Dogtown. Can't wait to see how this unfolds. So it looks like we have Dogtown here. And I'm assuming this is a newly created location for the expansion itself. In the 2020s, Militech established a secret experimental military project in this part of Pacifica, constructing bunkers and laboratories cleverly hidden beneath urban infrastructure. Nearly half a century later, a group of investors appeared, unaware they were building on the remains of an old military complex. When a lab was excavated at one of the construction sites, the investors were forced out of Pacifica, and Militech erected a wall around the neighborhood, ostensibly due to gas leaks, poor documentation on local developments, and unexploded ordnance from the Fourth Corporate War. In 2077, Dogtown has become a kind of city within a city, walled off from the rest of night with designated points of entry manned by Kurt Hansen's Militech commandos turned militia soldiers. On the streets, one can still see the remnants of Pacifica's never-completed redevelopment, luxury hotels, swimming pools, dazzlingly sumptuous mansions, once destined for glory, now a dilapidated mess. Machinery abandoned by construction workers is also present, and many of the buildings are nothing more than crumbling vacant husks. The NCPD is forbidden to enter Dogtown proper, while Trauma Team rarely ventures inside due to the increased risk and the fact that hardly anyone in Dogtown has TT insurance. True enough, Hansen's people serve as local law enforcement, but are far from what one would call police officers. Maybe they'll help, maybe they won't. Their primary concern is ensuring the neighborhood doesn't descend into total anarchy. Small local squabbles and conflicts Not worth their precious time. So who lives in Dogtown? Mostly these on the run from corps, gangs, or the NCPD, but ordinary people find themselves in the mix too. Those pushed beyond the margins of society in Night City and who were brave or desperate enough to try their luck here. So Dogtown is some sort of secret experimental military project area that has been recently unearthed and then walled off, which is very exciting. Very curious. So we'll have to check that out. And we will be doing so today. Now, we did level up last episode. I've put a point in reflexes and a point into our Blade Runner tree because obviously I'll be pushing for blades some more as we try and get a second tree at 20. We're not currently at that point where I will reset the attributes because I know that that's only like a one-off thing. You can reset as many skills as you want, but the attributes is a one-time only. So I know that I don't have the most optimum build. It's still fun. Like I'm obviously just putting points into some things that I like to pursue. Like we've got a very throwing knife blade focus with a bit of a waste of our technical ability. Like obviously we get some use out of it, but you know, you can't max out everything as much as I would love to. I would love to have the freedom to just switch between everything and be an ultimate powerhouse, but you know, it would break the game a little bit. So we'll leave it for now, but there will definitely be a respec on the horizon. We'll just see how we go. I've also taken the opportunity to craft Ozob's nose because that was a crafting spec, which is quite strong. And then I've also leveled up some more of our weaponry that were previously tier 4, now pushed into tier 5 and beyond. So we've got some stronger items too. With that out of the way, I think we can get out of here. Hello, Johnny boy. Oh. Ah, we're back. More tapeworm.
What's up? Got a few more words about the porcelain...
Ah!
Shit. Get ready. Fuck.
Whoa. Oh, I can see the silver hand. Whoa.
Johnny?
You ain't dying yet. I got you.
Dude, I'm starting to like see him on my own body now.
Johnny.
Phantom limb.
That smells the sea breeze. Get up. Pacific's beautiful this time of day.
Goddamn.
Almost flatlined by that attack.
Almost.
Remember, there's no need to be afraid of sharks. The last whale shark died in 2067.
The last whale shark died in 2067. That's just sad.
You're right. Hard to take my eyes off it. We in Pacifica? What's this building?
Old hotel, the Pistis Sophia. We're her sole guests right now. Wanted to show you something. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Coming soon in 2079.
Saw the pseudo-endotrizine in your hand.
Can't very well function in this body without it, right? Got this strange impression your comatose self wanted to get rid of me. Actually put up a good fight.
Looking for work? Help us build.
Now, I was just expecting a little bit of another conversation like we've usually had, but we've actually been taken elsewhere and he's showing us something else, so we're on a journey right now.
Collect your free roller coaster ticket now.
Did you want to pop the pill?
Coolier Chrome, if I'd wanted full control, I'd have taken it already. Lots earlier.
Pacifica, the sunny side of Night City.
Okay. I believe you.
Thanks.
I think if there's anything that I've learned about how we... That's changed. If there's anything I've learned... I think this changes every time we hit a tapeworm milestone. But if there's anything I've learned about how we're interacting with Johnny, it's probably better to get along with the dude that's taking over your body than constantly fighting with it. Because we had like those really tense moments of just like when we first meet and we're constantly bickering, and you have these moments of just like fighting with each other, and it's turned into this weird symbiotic friendship where you're still butt heads with each other sometimes, but like I realize that there is a lot more value that comes out of us being like these cheeky friends in regards to always just hating each other, and it's led to some really incredible and funny moments between the pair of us, which is really, really nice. I'll read this 60% after. I'd be kicking. Ugh!
Climb through the window. Can manage that, I think.
Okay. What are you showing me, Janet? Very good.
You wanted to know why I brought you here. There's a hidey hole where I'm standing. Open it. Empty it.
Okay. Is this something from Johnny's past then?
These yours?
They were. Belong to you now.
Ooh. His dog tags.
50 years back. Mexican conflict?
When I was a young pissbrain like you, I enlisted with a Corp army. Was in Mexico when I realized that no matter the conflict, Corps always win. Ordinary people always lose.
So that the truth you decided to reveal in song?
Well, deserted first. Wound up here, locked in this room. Laid in bed, staring at the ceiling fan for a good month.
I wouldn't mind lying down right now, watching a fan until the end of time.
It's why I brought you here. Wasting days, weeks. That's the step I want you to skip.
Why are you giving me these?
Imagine we're deployed together, fighting in a war, side by side. Would you take a bullet for me?
Damn, Johnny. Yes, because you're Keanu Reeves. Of course I would. You'd do the same for me, wouldn't you, right? Yes. It's funny because I think about the relationship between V and Johnny. And I really appreciate that Johnny isn't going, V, hurry up and answer me, like every other character in the game. It's nice that they give me time to think without bopping me on the head with a reminder to answer their question. Because I like to think about the options, and I think that there's this really interesting element with Johnny, because there's this aspect of a hostile takeover that becomes increasingly less hostile, and we're sort of making peace with each other. Like, there's elements of Johnny that are becoming V, and elements of V that are becoming Johnny, and it's this weird sort of mix with each other. He's his own person in this construct, and I'm my own person, but then there's elements that overlap and are blending with each other where we start behaving like him, or maybe he takes something from us, and it's just like there's this weird like self-love, guys. You gotta love the the demons inside of us, even if that demon is Johnny Silverhand or Keanu Reeves. I just feel like there's a lot of depth to the relationship, and it's not just like this. There's a weird guy in your head and he's taking over, but there's so many complex layers to it, which I find really, really interesting to sort of soak in a bit.
I would. Yeah.
Tags belong to a man who sacrificed his life for mine in Mexico.
Oh.
Been thinking about our predicament. Want to be clear. I will do you no wrong. When the time comes, it'll be my life for yours. I'll agree to get wiped. Tags are proof of my promise.
Wow. Wow. Okay. That means a lot. I thought these were his tags specifically, but it's someone who actually gave his life for Johnny's. I didn't expect that, but I guess it's because I haven't really given much thought into how this relic wipe's gonna go. Because I was wondering, if I think about it, I was like, maybe there'll be a chance that you'd be able to put the engram or the relic in like an empty drone body or something. Like you could have him persist as like a construct. I don't know. Every time I think of Johnny, I always think of like never fade away. And you're like, how can I save him while saving myself? Does it really have to be one or the other, you know? And we're getting closer to the storyline pushing us in that direction. Where it could go either way, really. And you can tell that there's this level of connection with Johnny. Whether you're always just being like, I caught you, you're trying to get rid of me, and like, this body's mine, and there's like the standoffish, aggressive dialogue options, and then there's the ones that's more of like connecting with him.
I do the same for you.
Yeah. Thanks. You seriously considering Hanako's offer?
Damn. It's hard when these are good. It's hard to want to pursue multiple avenues here. I respect Johnny's ability to let me retain my own body instead of him wanting to sprout out from within me.
Got a better idea.
Not yet, but I got a request.
Well?
Adam Smasher. Fucker who got the better of me. Whatever happens to me, I want him zeroed, gone, tossed into the wind as mulch.
Yeah, he hates this dude. He hates this dude. Yeah, as soon as Adam Smasher comes into the picture during the parade, that's all he can think about.
Seriously, Smasher. He suddenly comes to mind. Last time we saw him,
Didn't have a chance to say hello. That's why we gotta find him. Finally end this.
I think whenever I have a choice of dialogue options that I really like all of the options, and I'm like, oh, I want to pursue like a couple of these, I tend to go for the one that asks a question. Because that way I at least get to learn more about the person I'm talking to, I suppose. I try and push them for more if there's a question option.
Not your dying wish? Revenge?
It's more than that. And I'll need you to take Rogue with you. It's important to me, and it's just as important for her.
Okay. Rogue too. I don't get the context of saying not true, like it's not important to Rogue. But it's blue, so I don't know.
That ain't true.
Oh. What? That's so pointless to say. I don't even get a response out of it. Okay.
So I gotta tell Rogue everything?
Ah!
Think I'd better do that. Handle it personally.
How do we do that?
You'll drop the pills from Misty, and I'll steer the ship for a bit.
Not at all excited about this plan. Realize that, right?
Just gonna have a quick chat with Rogue about Smasher. Then I'm out, I promise.
Ooh, damn. So taking a pill that will have us in the back seat and Johnny taking over. Are we gonna like visually? No. That's such a bizarre thing to think about. As V, personally, I would be shit scared of that as an idea. However, you have to think about it of the fact that we also have Johnny in that same boat at all times. He's a passenger along for the ride. And construct, engram, copy of the original person or not, it is him in that general sense. These are all really interesting to me because while these are the blue options that feel sort of like optional, it doesn't really align with what I want to say. So there's this element of needing to forego my own curiosity of like saying these things because I don't really know the attitude of some of this. Like, I don't know what this means really when he's saying, so Hellman was right. I'm like, Hellman said a lot of things, but I guess it's in relation to, these are all up to like sort of Johnny wanting to take over, not just sort of tag out for a bit, you know, tag in for a bit. So I think I'm just gonna push this one and ignore these as much as I do want to know what he would say, but I'm trying to have this conversation without breaking the immersion of saves coming and just like, you know what I mean?
Need to know exactly what you plan to do.
I'll tell Rogue the truth. See if she's willing to help.
Hey, just busted out of soul prison. Check out my new ass.
All I gotta do is mention Smasher. Serve him up on a platter. Muse over the old days. Easy.
Easy. It's been 50 years, and every time we've spoken or interacted with Rogue, especially seeing Johnny's past, Rogue has not been happy. Rogue has not been pleased. He's really counting on the memory lane here. Be like, hey, Rogue, remember me? It's your old pal Johnny. Look at my ass. I feel like I got a bite, though. I feel like I got a bite.
Fine. I'll do this for you.
Appreciate it, thanks. Take me to the afterlife. Promise, you won't regret this.
Feeling better. Should get going.
Still feel a sharp something near your heart.
Doubt that's ever going away.
Damn. Okay. What does this say now then? American Blues. Seeing all those faces plastered on that tree in Dogtown confirmed one thing. Oh, okay, so Dogtown isn't just a new location for Phantom Liberty. It was like it's tied to this as well. So okay. There's no grand plan, only the individual and their inevitable demise, and sometimes there's just no making any sense of it, no matter how hard you try. Friendship, loyalty, ambition. In the end, only cynicism remains. On its own, the feeling doesn't inspire much hope, but by sharing it, the two of you have grown closer, and that has to count for something. So I guess when V and Johnny progress their sort of connection, this goes up. I don't know if it goes up regardless of the choices we make or how we interact with it. It feels like it. It's very interesting in the way that we navigate it. Looks like Know Thyself has become a 2-for-1 deal. If it's true of becoming one person, I suggest we keep an open dialogue. And by the way, I'd be happy to explain why the only shot you got to survive is to reach Mikoshi and stay in one piece along the way. You'd be doing me a huge favor. After all, if you're not good at following my instructions, I have to inherit whatever's left of you. So there you go. So we actually moved forward into Pacifica by about like 2Ks, which is really interesting. We're closer to beat on the Brat now too, so I might do that.
Take a dip in our cordon saltwater pool for up to
Okay, so
The Hotel Pistis Sophia. That right?
Mm-hmm. Good place to die.
Just not today.
Damn, okay. Oh, Act 3. Oh, crap. That was a bridge into the third act of the story. Because Act 1 was the heist, right? So we've been in Act 2 this whole time. So completing Play It Safe, search and destroy that parade. Oh, okay. That's pushed us into Act 3. Awesome. This is it. Rogue's in for the kill. She's ready to stop running from her past and catch Smasher. And when we catch the bastard, I want to be the one to pull the trigger. But for now, you're in charge. Happy hunting. Okay, chipping in. So we have that to do. I did say that we we're going to look into Dog Eat Dog, and I think that's what we're going to do. But this probably after or next time. So we'll see. Beat on the Brat is closer. So Johnny got pills from Misty and brought us to an old spot of his.
There's no need to be afraid of sharks. The last whale shark died in 2067.
There's a lot to think about in that conversation, for sure. Also, I've wanted to say yes because I'm really curious about what being a passenger will look like as we let Johnny take control. Really curious as to how that'll actually look for us. Like, would it be a mission that runs on autopilot? I assume we'd just be controlling Johnny in the way that we've controlled Johnny in the flashbacks, you know? It would be really kind of strange to witness a game on autopilot, like you just watch Johnny do dialogue options for you or like shoot for you as like a like the AI controlling the character. I almost kind of hope that it does do that, because that would just be crazy to witness the sort of role-playing game element taken away from you, but that also sort of compromises the fact that we're becoming one person. I don't know. I just think that would be very immersive from the element of now we feel how Johnny feels when V is in control all the time, you know what I mean? That would be crazy. Alright, so we're coming up on another fight. And I didn't expect this, because we were pretty much done. Or so I thought. Also, Trauma Team is here, and Voodoo Boys. We're like near a fight, and Trauma Team is in a shootout with Voodoo Boys. And Trauma Team have gotten killed. Oh, no, I'm just here to read archive conversation. Ovid Labat and Suzette Junot. Here's the plan. My team will give us info on the time and place to find his VIP. Then we hack the guy's biome. Trauma will think the VIP had a heart attack. We wait for the AV to arrive. Then my tune will help us to wipe out Trauma's soldiers. And then he grabs the meds he needs for his mother. Everything else is ours to salvage. And the body? What body? Mr. VIP. He'll probably really have a heart attack when he realizes his bodyguard betrayed him. What? Never mind. Can't leave any witnesses. Witnesses to what? Oh my god. Well, it looks like they won. Also, in regards to Voodoo Boys stuff, what's really interesting is I've had quite an interesting amount of conversation about it, of people being like, oh man, you've kept the Voodoo Boys alive, and you didn't like go into what the Netwatch dude was doing and that kind of stuff. And it's interesting because it's like, obviously these people, and for a lot of you, you're watching knowing how things play out and how things are going. You have future context to quest lines and stuff like that I don't have. And I think a lot of people forget about that because they go, how could you do this when this is happening? And I'm like, well, obviously I didn't know that because you find out after. Like, there's a disconnect there that I think people fail to remember is, I don't know that the Voodoo Boys are using me until the game tells me they're using me, right? Like, sure, they're assholes, and they're responsible for what happened to Evelyn. That sucks. But there's this element where, like, I actually thought and expected that there would be more story with the Voodoo Boys, not just like an in and out sort of situation. And as a result of that, I don't necessarily actively want to wipe out or kill my main story characters that come across V's path unless we're like pushed into that, So if there's an option to not kill the Voodoo Boys, which there was, I took that option purely because I thought that there was still more story to come there, and I'm not trying to like eliminate possible content, I suppose. It's hard because like, yeah, they were using me as their guinea pig, but also I don't know. It's just really, really interesting. Surely there could have been something more to come out of engaging with the Netwatch agent, but I was hired for a job. I was doing the job, not knowing that I was also a part of their plan that I would hopefully get eliminated at the same time. It's a really interesting thing to think about, and I think it's cool that you can have a lot of quest lines that have some deviation in how you interact with certain characters and groups, and how you could interact with them knowing how things play out. And I'm just interacting with things naturally how I feel that they should go as I'm playing. And I just think people need to keep that in mind, instead of scolding me for being like, how could you do this because they're doing this to you? And it's like, well, I don't know that. I found out that they were doing that to me after I'd already made my choice. So I guess the Voodoo Boys are still roaming. Placide sent us a text message at some point to like watch our back. I don't know if they'll come up again in the story, but I think something that people forget that they do is by expressing, those feelings about, oh, I killed all the Voodoo Boys, or the Voodoo Boys were all wiped out for me, is like spoiling certain elements of the story for me still, because I'm wondering if the Voodoo Boys will come up again later, but then there are people that are very openly being like, man, you should have wiped them all out. You know what I mean? So just keep it in mind. So anyway, the Voodoo Boys are here now. And I could take out these and loot their bodies. I can do that. Jesus, those cybernetics are so scary to look at. Now, obviously, if I was to encounter Voodoo Boys in combat, it's very different, I just had to get these guys out of the way before I do my fight. Who is this?
You want blood? Is that why you're here?
It's Ozob. Wow. So that's why the quest line was like not available yet. I had to do his side quest first.
Hey! Ha ha ha! What a coincidence!
He dropped his sandwich, dude. Bro.
See, you're in your element here.
Yeah, well, I love to entertain, put on a show. Could say I'm a clown at heart.
Meaning we ought to keep you far from kids' B-Day parties.
Can't argue with that.
Damn. Where's is Coach here? There's not much of a crowd here.
So it's you I'm fighting?
Depends.
On what?
If you want to get splattered. If so, then lace up, lay down some cash, and let's have some fun.
Dude, the smile. Yes, V. Dude. Actually, incredible smile. His smile and optimism absolutely present. I need a photo of this boy. A very unexpected fight, but I do love it. I'm also kind of wondering if there would be a potential finisher with this guy. Obviously, it's a non-lethal fight. We're just fighting the guy. But, like, just pulling the pin on his nose as, like, a finishing move, I could imagine would just be very, very satisfying. Kind of hilarious. Look at that smile. How could you hate Ozob? Ozob smile. Jump scare. Okay.
Care to explain the nade nose?
What about it? It's where it's always been.
Right. But say someone were to give it a good poke.
Silly question. It does what all...
Oh, God. God. So what about grenade nose?
Care to explain the nade nose?
What about it? It's where it's always been.
Right. But say someone were to give it a good poke.
Silly question. It does what all grenades do. So, you know, game plan accordingly.
So I think what's really interesting about this is that means you can't punch him in the face, otherwise we're both blowing up. But like, of course we're gonna up the stakes.
If we're doing this, it's for serious scratch. I'm upping the stakes.
Oh, I see you're not joking around. No problem. I'll sweeten the pot. Come with me.
Okay, so we obviously have to punch this dude in the face at least once, right? We're fighting in the pit.
You two are ready to start?
Man, this is such a lackluster... Look at this crowd, yay! Alright.
Ready as I'll ever be.
May the best brawler win!
Oh, okay. Does it blow up? Oh, Jesus! Well, it's not blowing up. I can say that much. Alright. It's getting a bit explosive. What is that coming out of your face? I'm scared. Ow.
Over! The match is over! Ozark wins!
No surprise there! Ready for revenge, V? I could do this all day. Just don't get me breathing too hard, eh? Ha
Don't get breathing too hard. Alright.
If we're doing this, it's for...
Oh,
Ready as I'll ever be.
May the best
Oh, okay. That was a cheap shot right at the start. Oh, shit. Wait. What the fuck? Hello? I can't talk to him. He looks a little shocked. Turns out it was fake the whole time. He's got a real nose under there. I can't talk to him though. Okay. He's just stunned. What do I do? Alright, I've got to restart.
May the best brawler win!
So he's gonna... watch him do this move. You gonna jump at me? Dude, the way that you take damage in fistfights, like, my body's not even close.
shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh, fuck!
V! V is your winner! By technical knockout! Your money, take it and get out of here!
Thanks. And hey, listen. I'm not the one who lodged that grenade in his face.
Just get lost, okay?
It is a real grenade. Oh. So... Okay. Oh no, Bozo! I heard that gong's head exploded. Jesus, I wish I'd seen it. You sure know how to please a crowd, V. A crowd of like 6 people. So we have a situation where the game glitches. You punch his nose, it blows up, and then we're like, it talk to him, and we can't because it's not supposed to happen. Like, it missed that trigger where you actually hit the grenade and it does blow up. And what's really funny to me about this glitch that I experienced is I went, oh, it's like this funny haha clown trick where the grenades just fake this whole time. And he just has this whole story about how he has a grenade for the clown nose. And then you reload and it actually is a proper grenade. And then his head blows up and I'm punching him carelessly in the head now because I think it's this funny gag nose. So now I could have beaten him and kept him alive, but now his head is blown up. So, oops. Do I get this car? Can I drive his car out of here? Why do I feel like I could have his car if he survives? Because look at this vehicle. This looks like a unique vehicle that I could have. Well, now I kind of want to see what happens if he survives. So, I'm going to fight him again. I've spawned into this save file with a weight attached to my face. Oh. So, Ozob has a grenade and I have a dumbbell.
Mm-hmm. Ready as I'll ever be.
May the best dollar win!
This is a distraction. You know what? If you successfully parry an attack, you should not take damage. You get punished for, like, efficiently blocking. Look how much damage I take! Just for efficiently blocking! It's unreal. Get your head out of the way. Oh no.
Stop.
Oh.
I'm done.
Okay.
I surrender.
This fight is over! V is the winner!
Ooh, that was a doozy, V. Got me grinning like a goon, ear to ear. Here's your take. You earned every penny.
Nice, and he survived too.
You're a real bozo. You know that, Ozob?
A what? And you're Miss Normal? Don't turn your nose up at me!
Ozob the Bozob. So he survives, he gives you the same amount of money, but he's alive. I just didn't want to kill him because he's hilarious. Whoa. Settle. How the hell do I get this away from me? I have a dumbbell magneted to my head. Like, reload a... what the hell? I reload my save file. I go to fight this guy, and then this spawns in front of me. Get it away.
Hey, you do know that grenade's gonna pop one of these days, right? I avoided, but someone else...
I know. We all die someday. At least when I do, there'll be fireworks.
I've seen it. You weren't so happy that it was going to happen, by the way. Alright, I'm going to save again, and I'm going to load this save, and then I'm going to hope that I don't have an object stuck in front of my face. So, thank you. That's two... Where did that even come from? So that's two separate glitches in the same fight. Punching Ozob and his grenade fake blows up where you can actually see that he has a nose underneath there. And then having an object stuck in front of my face. Very strange. Anyway, we won. I'm a little bit disappointed. I was kind of hoping that he would give me his ride as a victory. Look at this. Apparently not. Maybe I can buy it. Who knows? Anyway, that is beat on the brat. Pacifica completed. And now I can do what I said that I was going to do, which is go to the Dogtown border. So Dogtown does get mentioned in this. So I'm assuming Dogtown obviously existed, but is now being, like, expanded upon, I suppose. And I suppose it makes sense as well that it opens up after you do the Voodoo Boys questline in Pacifica, because then you've actually traveled to this location. So now you're kind of familiar with Pacifica. So that's cool. I guess this is our Dogtown. No pyramid structure in sight like the databank entry. We got the Barguest Sergeant. Got a shard over there. Alright. So there's our walled off city. Okay. We got some cops over here.
No can do, but you both can fuck off.
I'm NCPD in pursuit of a suspect who just fled into Dogtown.
And I give zero shits.
Back up to the city line, pork chops. This zone's outside your beat.
Come on, Sarah. No point, let's roll.
Fuck! She's getting away.
It's Dogtown. Let her go.
Listen to your partner. Talking a lot of sense.
You know what? Fuck your zone. Fuck your...
Our hands are tied. Don't let it get to you. Come on. Bro sifts on me.
Okay, no bloodshed between the, what is it? The militia and the corpse. There's a lot of yellow arrows around this place. Oh, my relic. Okay, we're looking for Songbird.
What you got in the back?
The usual. Implant boxes, Zeta Tech.
Heading for the Longshore stacks?
Yeah, where else? They come empty, leave full.
Avocados. Get our graffiti. The King of Cups. King of Cups is a creative and emotionally driven person. They are a strong individual who realizes the importance of feelings. Intuition helps them navigate their lives. When fate falls in their favor, compassion guides their actions. When they're at odds with fate, it can be unwise to trust them. Okay.
Look, I'm just a tune driver.
Tomorrow never knows. Find all the terror graffiti in Dogtown. Okay. All good. So there's 4 in Dogtown. We're looking for Songbird. Oh! I didn't realize I was not allowed to look around, but I suppose that makes sense. It's like an entry point. They're all set up, you know. I was just a little curious. I saw a shard there earlier, so I guess I'll try and get back in without getting shot. Alright, let's try that again. We also got a text from Takamura on the way here. Fred says, congrats on winning Pacifica. I heard the other guy had a grenade instead of a nose. God, I love Night City. This place is so weird. And Takamura says, I am alive and well, but had you not returned for me, I could not send you that message. Thank you. Glad you're in one piece and we're just getting warmed up. We still have to face Smasher and his boss. Look at this fucking selfie. Glad you're in one piece. Right now, I am waiting in a secure location. You saw for yourself. It is hard to read her thoughts, but I have the strange feeling that she is already devising some kind of plan. I trust her. I advise you to do the same. We'll be in touch. If you bow your head, then only to one of higher standing. Not sure how you want me to interpret that. These are words of wisdom that have offered me guidance throughout my life, as I hope they will for you. What do you plan to do? You know of what I'm asking. I'm sticking to the plan. Hanako at my back will be a big help, and maybe we look for help outside the city, got contacts with the Aldecados. Pan Am does have a plan, apparently. This is interesting. Curious. I don't know yet, but I guess I'll say I'm sticking to the plan. Perfect. It's the only sensible choice, my friend. First it was me at your side, now her, and soon all of Arasaka. Damn. Which feels weird, because we were a corpo with Arasaka, and then... yeah, very strange. Even should you abandon your body, never abandon your honor, never stray from the way. Miyamoto Musashi. Thank you, Takamura. Very cool. He's like my cool adoptive dad in this game. Okay. So now we look for Songbird.
The usual implant boxes.
Without crossing barriers. So I guess we're going down this way. I haven't experienced this type of glitch before.
Fucking... what the... it's like someone shoved my head in a vice.
You're gonna be okay. Breathe deep. Count to 10. Recite a mantra. Whatever brings calm. Helps you stabilize. Your nervous system took a big hit. Broke down. Racing heart, cold sweat. It'll pass.
Fuck you doing? This a trap?
Exact opposite. It's a helping hand.
Right.
I know about the bomb ticking in your head. If I could disarm it now, I would in a heartbeat. You'll feel better any second now.
V, something stinks here. Think she's fucking with the relic.
Ooh, she's looking at him.
All true, Johnny. But don't you fret. They're both safe.
Nah, fuck off.
Both of us on the biochip protocol at once can trigger shocks for V, like you just saw now. Gotta cut you off.
What?
For your safety, for V's safety.
Just cut him out. What? She does have a cyber deck.
Had to mute him for now. He hears you fine, just can't talk back.
Huh, yeah. My 5 intelligence allows me to do a dialogue option. Guess you're a net runner. I saw the cyber deck.
I'm on your side, V.
You look like a construct. Okay. That would make sense, because it was like doing like it was like getting into our head.
Starting to put 2 and 2 together. You gotta be a net runner. Damn good one at that.
Guilt is charged. Hopped on the Relic's cognitive protocol to dial in. I see and hear what you do. Just now, I am on board Space Force 1, sitting right across from Rosalind Myers, President of the new United States of America.
The President? Fuck. No, you're not joking.
Dead serious, yes. The plane's been hacked. Trajectory set for Night City. They'll bring us down to Dogtown soon. Our comms are down, most likely jammed. The relic was my only option. Right now, you're our one contact on the ground.
What? That's so wild. On Space Force One with the president?
Telling me the in-US president, Rosalind Myers, is there with you?
Sitting right across from me. She knows the situation. Waiting for your yes.
Plane got hacked, right? You're a runner. Can't override?
I could. All I need is 24 hours, the right setup, and a bottomless pot of coffee. None of that's available just now.
Okay.
Heavy shit. Am I really your one contact?
You're my last and only hope. The President's life, her safety, that's your top priority. She'll survive the landing. Dogtown, not so sure. You'll need to get her out of the plane before anyone else does.
Dude, huh? I love that it's like, you're our last hope. I'm like, I'm dying. Wow.
Anyone else? Specifically? Meaning you expecting company?
Kurt Hansen, Dogtown's commander-in-chief. Man's got 1,001 reasons to want Myers as a hostage. He couldn't have netjacked the plane on his own, meaning Washington's got a mole problem. That one will need solving later.
Said you could help me. That the plain truth?
Just got a taste of my abilities, I believe. There's more. I can cure you. Once and for all.
Damn. You know what's crazy about this, thinking about this, is like Cyberpunk came out in 2020 and then they had to do all of their like fixes and patches and updates, and all of their initial plans were pushed way back.
Construct's really done a number on you.
Like they had plans for like, you know, multiplayer and expansions and obviously, you know, eventual sequel and whatnot, and obviously all of those plans shifted in significant ways, and what I have to now prepare myself for is an expansion after CD Projekt Red had the Edge Runner's success. It had, you know, a lot more experience actually fixing and putting together this game how people have wanted it to be, and now we have an expansion of brand new stuff that is actually interwoven with that base game experience. I have to prepare myself for that,
more than I have to.
which is actually really cool. But then I'm just thinking, like, we've got this storyline related to the relic, and like I can cure you once and for all, and I'm super curious as to how this will weave its way into not only the main story but the ending of the story as well, because you're able to play it within the main narrative. And then I'm curious about how it influences the ending, and if there's a possibility to have things play out differently at the end. So I'm really curious about that, and I can't wait to see that play out. But this is quite intriguing to me. Also, something that I really appreciate that I'm noticing straight away is Songbird is not constantly saying, "Hurry up, V, choose your dialogue option," which is nice. They don't seem so impatient with me like everybody else in the main game. I kind of wish that they patched the characters to not speak so much during dialogue, so I can have my little word rambles. This is cool though. I'm really excited.
Why should I trust you? Gave me a seizure a second ago.
A side effect. I'm sorry. If it's any consolation, I will make it up to you. Consider this an advance. Your relic's crowded with clusters of corrupted data. I'm done with that. Making room for stuff that'll actually be handy.
Such as?
Some pre-Militech combat stuff. It's just lying around, gathering dust.
Dude. This is now a perk tree for the relic, and it's not just like a cool visual part of my skill tree. You've unlocked the relic perk tree. To access the abilities it has to offer, you will need to acquire relic points, which are unique to only this perk tree. These can be found at Militech data terminals scattered around Dogtown. Data terms will appear on your map when you get near them. By downloading old Militech operational data and combat logs, you will earn a relic point that can be spent in the relic perk tree. That's cool, dude. This whole time, I was like, I thought it was like this cool, just visual addition because it like fills in a gap. Like, this is like my brain and all my abilities, my body, and obviously the relic is a part of that, but it's an actual thing. The relic now offers access to powerful new capabilities for your cyberware. The Militech combat software that Songbird uploaded into your system is only ever given to a select few. After all, with great power comes great responsibility. In this case, it's the power of life and death, but mostly death. By hacking the relic you carry in your head, Songbird has unlocked its safeguards, allowing you to discover the full potential of your cybernetic implants. See for yourself what skills FIA secret agents have at their disposal. Develop new abilities by downloading archived corporate data from Militech data terminals located throughout Dogtown. Yo, okay. Vulnerability analytics. Oh, it costs 3. Okay. You can now detect vulnerabilities in enemy armor and cyberware, which gives you crit chance penetration, and it can cause it to explode, generating an EMP blast, which links to machine learning. Destroying an enemy's vulnerability grants frequency of new vulnerabilities appearing and crit damage. So you can start in any of these 3 locations. Emergency cloaking improves optical camo cyberware. Activating optical camo during combat by pressing R1 will cause enemies to lose track of you, giving you a chance to exit combat. But you have to actually have optical camo equipped first. It just improves it. And then when crouched, becoming detected by an enemy will temporarily slow time, dodge or dash out of the enemy's line of sight to immediately exit combat. Amazing. Jailbreak unlocks new abilities for the arm cyberware. Nice. I love that image so much. So mantis blades, gorilla arms, projectile launch system, and monowire. So we've got the mantis blades. Dismembering an enemy or performing the finisher with mantis blades will charge the next leap attack. Hold R2 to release and perform a long-range leap. And 30-meter longer reach and deals massive damage. And it also dismembers them. Incredible. And a lot of our blade points that we've been upgrading on our skill tree works for our blades as well. I just need to use my blades more. And that will go into multiple things, which is obviously related to all of the things that we have. So Mantis Blades, we'll just read the one that's relevant to us at the moment, which is all leap attacks with Mantis Blades now cripple enemies and increase dismemberment chance. Okay, so I want to go for that. Boom. Jailbreak. Cool. And then we'll upgrade spatial mapping. And then we'll go vulnerability. After that. Cool, cool, cool. Thanks.
Feel it tingling in my fingertips. Kinda nice, actually.
Oh, it goes a lot further than tingling, trust me. Now listen, what I gave you is a skeleton soft, but the firmware's fancy. It'll learn, grow with you. It'll improve if you feed it data. Combat analyses, logs of legendary ops. Shit that make the NCPD piss its boots. Look around Dogtown.
Gotta get there first.
Main entrance is a no-go. You don't have an entry pass, and I don't have time to produce a fake. You'll slip in the back way, quiet as you can. We really don't need anyone spotting you, scanning you.
Guess so. After you.
But there's a shard in there.
I'll be right beside you, as much as I can.
Wow, so... Okay, so thinking about this, though, it seems that for the Phantom Liberty expansion, I guess that they got Keanu Reeves to maybe do some lines at the start there, but it seems like Songbird's going to be with us instead, because we can't have, too many cooks in the kitchen. It just overloads the relic. I wonder if they, if Keanu Reeves is going to have any more to do in this expansion, or whether they were like, sorry, this is Idris Elba's time to shine, and also we have Songbird now. So we'll see.
You are now in Dogtown.
You are now in Dogtown.
No NCPD. Badges will get a bullet to the brain.
Kinda wish I had subtitles for Kurt Hansen's announcements.
Garage. There, past the fence. See it? Smugglers used to use it. Now it's your turn.
Relic Packet 32.
Try to sneak in. Maybe distract the guards. I don't know, something.
This is really cool too, because I'm seeing like, this is still the same Cyberpunk that I know and love, but there's like different sound effects and like just the whole different atmosphere. It's really cool, actually. Okay. Oh, there's my shard. Alright, well, if we are being... if we are being stealthy, then perhaps I will do this. I haven't, you know, I haven't upgraded my cyberware in a while. I probably should. Even just like my armor and stuff. It's been a little while. Actually, what I should have instead of this is my blade. My trusty 30% crit chance blade. Hopefully we can slip by undetected. New shards too, I suppose. Border guard report. Relative peace and quiet. Armed man tries to storm the border entrance. A psycho, regular or cyberwares. Par for the course at NC. Threat eliminated. No human casualties. Transports to the stadium waved through after a routine check. Cargo in accordance with specifications. End of shift duty. Boring. Nothing to report. Forgot to clock in at 3, but other than that, all good. Typical city suit, tried his luck, but with a thin wallet like that, no way he's getting into D-Town. Transports are all good. Western's a gonk. Lieutenant Russell is unprofessional. Left another mess in the booth. Who's going to clean that shit up? His mom? We confiscated 2 shipments of grenades. Papers were there, but didn't look like a professional job. Peace and quiet. Western out. So Lieutenant Russell being like, Roll on in, baby. God, that was loud.
Great. Now in you go. Look for a net access point. Jack in that, and I'll be able to help you. You should be 1 level lower. Eyes peeled. Look for a way down.
God, that didn't even pop up until I was like right in front of it. Stealth.
Now, look for a maintenance room. Bet anything you'll find a power source inside.
I think the thing that I'm looking forward to is seeing like what's like newly constructed, because I guess we're in like
got an access point.
Brand new area.
See if you can restore it. It's the only way it can be of any use to you.
Special Threat Neutralization Unit Instructions 2072. Remove any valuables. List of specific items considered valuable available with your officer. Disconnect power supply. Destroy passageways. Upon completion of Phase 3, submit a report to Colonel Hansen. Colonel Hansen's HQ. Military man, this Hansen.
Turn something on.
Nice, V. Exactly what we need.
Okay, we're up.
Perfect. Breaching systems now. Proto-ancient protocols. Largely corrupted data. Give me a sec. Need to ping one of our sats. Let's see which active Dogtown network links to this infrastructure. And putting in a backdoor. Ready to roll.
I find it really interesting, like, how we are the apparent only hope. It's clearly tied to the relic in this capacity where, like, Songbird has been able to contact us, talking about the relic, is aware of what's going on with the relic, but is able to also get into our systems and help us out because of the relic. Like, us being the only hope has to be tied to the fact that we've got this in our head in some capacity. So I'm really, really curious about what, like, significance this is going to have for the overall story as well. Like, does the president want the relic for themselves? I don't, you know, like, there is like a level of distrust.
Hop on the platform. I'll guide you to the garage from there.
Everyone has their own sort of motives, or maybe they just genuinely require help because of this hack with the plane, and our relic just allows Songbird to get to us. I'm curious, though.
Hang on. Okay, relic hack first, then you slap the muzzle on Johnny, now you bring some pile of scrap metal back to life? Serious trickery. Oh, who taught you?
B, I'm an NUS intelligence analyst. Trained under the best peeps in the biz. And they took me on because around age 13, I got the local Ripper to sell me a beatable deck. Barely left in it since. I got noticed. The rest is history.
I got a feeling story's incomplete. Likely longer, more twisted.
Might be.
It usually is for netrunners. Okay.
Apologize upfront for the query, but I gotta ask. Konpeki Plaza heist. Why?
There you go. It comes into the heist.
Had a friend. We worked together. Gig was important to him. And he
was important to you. He didn't make it.
He did not.
Hi, Jackie. Oh, shit. Just like look over the edge, immediately falls. I'm like, oh. I'm just taking a look around, alright? I'm trying to take in my environment. Because the items aren't... Oh, there we go. They do pop up. I guess it was just the ones earlier that didn't pop up in good time. What the?
You alive?
Reach. We get a shard over there. Created by a child, dried up markers, play area. Okay. Mattresses, sleeping bags, food without nutritional value, and site abandoned. Handwritten notes. Some say there is no war. We're just returning to normal. There's no North and South Carolina. So, California. No free cities. There's just one vast, great United States of America. Not the new variety, but the real United States. The ones that always have been and should be, forever and ever. Amen. Others say Arasaka is a foreign organization inherently hostile to our interests, while at least Militech is one of ours, homegrown. If someone's going to screw us over, better a fellow countryman than a foreign entity. Still others maintain that only as a free city will we be truly free as Americans, that it would be better to die than let anyone tread on a single Watson sidewalk or touch a Pacifica fire hydrant. Anyway, I couldn't give two shits about all that talk. All of them. All of the above and all of the other opinions that I haven't even heard of yet. I'll be sitting here until they decide who won and who lost and if I'm an NUS citizen or a proud citizen of Night City. I couldn't give the slightest fuck. I'll be whoever they like. I just don't want to catch a bullet from any side. Damn. That icon didn't even come up when I was right in front of it. So I gotta keep a lookout. Gotta get this shot.
Must have gotten old by now. Hauling a faded rocker boy around. Strikes me as tiring.
Not a Silverhand fan, are you?
Please. Samurai was done by their second album.
Makeshift barricade destroyed. Large caliber bullet holes and barricade destroyed by military equipment. A Barghest helmet. This pre-2070 helmet belonged to a member of Hansen's unit. Visible bullet hole. Foz Dawkins and Dylan Ray. How's the cargo? All sold? Fuck that. What? It's preem stuff. Preem shreem. You want to sell guns, you got to get inside their stadium. Without that, you got nothing. So what now? Sell the iron and kabuki, and next week I come back with some appliances. Tubes take everything here. Talking fridges, generators, regular old cables, even deep fryers and toasters. You got to be shitting with me. Nah, Chum, home appliances can't sell fast enough here. Start rounding up them toasters. Sure, you just better be right this time. Bloodstains. Projectile wounds, approx 3 liters of blood. I guess I'm actually on the right track of... I'm supposed to go this way. But there's a lot to... Oh shit. Oh shit. I pressed the dash button and it just like... It was in the air, went to air dash, but like it just didn't happen until later. Weird. I've fallen to my death!
By the way, must have gotten old by now. Hauling a faded rocker boy around. Strikes me as tiring.
Not a Silverhand fan, are you?
Please. Samurai was done by their second album.
But good news, everyone. Dying allowed me to discover a couple more things around here. So there's also this. The graffiti, drawing of an insect, stencil and spray paint, indicates drop point for smuggled goods. And then here, bullet holes, 44 mil, rounds fired during a clash with smugglers. So they didn't like those appliances very much, actually. Right. There we go. So there's an interesting amount of world building to scan for, but then there's also like a bunch of stuff too. Might turn my flashlight on, but then that doesn't. Oh no! Okay. The panicking. I just don't want to miss things now because there's cool stuff to scan for. It seems we're being led on, however, by Songbird, like lighting this up for us along our way and then giving us this. Because, like, we can get up there. I guess I'll just stay on the path I'm being led on. Probably the smart move. Time of death, 24 hours ago, spinal cord rupture by a fall. Low social status. Ouch. VR goggles. Archived conversation. Leo Stevenson and Beckett Brown. Told you, dude. Can totally go this way. Sure. Talk to me when you're in Dogtown. Practically already there, Chum. Nobody scanned me. Nobody will. Weighs preem as pie. Preem my ass. You're going to fall off a platform in that pitch dark hole and break your neck. Damn, Chum. Don't jinx me. Damn. And... jinxed. See, there's stuff to find. Oh, look at this tier 1 rifle. Hell yeah. Tier 1. I mean, the good news is this is a lot of crafting components to break down at the very least. This will get us right to the top, but like the interesting thing about this is I haven't even gone over the other side yet, so it seems like we should go this way. Oh, I can push this, huh? My 10 strength. Ugh. Look at that. My intelligence and strength requirements.
President Myers wishes you the best of luck.
How's she doing?
Awful nice of you to ask. I laid out the details of our plan. Typical Rosalind. Keep me apprised, she says calmly. Just sitting there, sipping her gin, looking through her agenda, postponing meets. Woman's unshakable.
Okay. So it seems if I get up there, it'll then go that way. Just trying to make sure I explore as much as possible here, because there's a lot of items to get. But it also seems that I have multiple choice as well. Multiple ways to get to the same location. So I'm just oh god. Yeah, so now I'm back here again. Maybe I'll end up going, like, down that way. That's always possible.
Markings here. No sign of looting.
Check it out if you have to. Just hope it's not dead ordnance. Doesn't explode.
Like that? It exploded! God, these environments feel large. A lot of new gear. Oh no! Oh, dude! Oh, oh shit! Hold on, I'm still alive. I might have just accidentally fallen a little bit there. I gotta start again. My preem destination tune. Hold on. Oh, God. Jesus.
Bright as the city side metro, huh? Reminds me of when I was starting out. I'd look for places like this. Set up a power bypass, jack in, essentially steal my way onto the net. Grab the riskiest gigs I could find, learning as I went. The hard way, usually. But sometimes, a few times, I really pulled off coups.
Anything I'd find on BBS gossip feeds.
So...
Biotechnica in 63 or 4. Fermentation facility in Oregon. Off the grid hack. Sound familiar?
Ooh. That was you?
No shit. Biotechnica? Enough to make even Bart Moss blush.
That paranoid clown? Please. Sure hope I don't wind up packed in a fridge standing... who knows where.
I happen to know where. Garbage dump in the Badlands.
Yes. So it seems like we're actually leaving this area, so we're gonna go over here. Look at this, okay. Ladder. Moonshine. And some condoms. Good. Okay. Very valuable stuff we're finding here today. Stuff that doesn't even come up when you like scan and zoom, but then like comes up when you get closer to it. I just want to get all of like the environmental scans, you know? I just love that the fucking first area that we're in has like all of these optional areas to go. It's killing me. I'm like, ugh, I feel like it's too dark in here for me to be able to see what I can and can't interact with here. You know? Ow. Meant to do that. Let's turn the lights on so I can see. No, that'll just activate that. Is that just activating a moving platform for me now? Yes. So you have like a body one where you can push it over. You have a technical ability one where you can do this. Can level up my stuff. We're doing them all. if you've ever been curious about all of the different sides, there you go. And now we're back here. Alright, I think that's good for now. We might have missed something. There's a lot, it seems. It was deeper than I expected here. Pretty cool, though. And now we can go in. After all of that. I feel like I'm being, like, gifted with a lot of alternate pathways and things to discover. Private Jacqueline Dennis and Senior NCO Kat Menendez, 2nd Recon Platoon, NorCal Armed Forces. Activity detected on the lower levels, picking up murmuring and voices, no visuals. Send drones in, roger that. Drones sent. Dennis, please report. Noosa forces around 20. Clearance to eliminate? Denied. We can't know if that's all of them. Don't want to risk a clash in low visibility. Call in the drones, await further orders. Copy that. Boy, am I grateful that I'm strong enough to get through. So much clothing. Damaged military equipment, empty ammo, torn bag with NorCal insignia. Damaged NorCal equipment. Old equipment, Militech inoperable. Working computer up here. Unbelievable. 2070. Status report. Combat encounter with NorCal forces.
Paradise.
Oh shit.
Somewhere else now.
I meant to turn off my flashlight, and I skipped my dialogue, sadly. NorCal camp located in the garage. Area secured. Casualties. 4 dead, 2 wounded. Located a smuggling route leading through the parking garage. We prepared an area ambush. They won't be moving this way anymore. And no activity detected for the past 6 months. Structural integrity highly compromised. Majority of structures have collapsed. Cutting power supply and shutting down outposts. Atmospheric. Yeah, dude. Like, look everywhere. There's just... in every nook and cranny, you got so much stuff. Game's just giving me shit. Parts, please. Holy cross, Leanne Ramsey. How's the lift parts coming along? We gonna get them or no? We will, just not anytime soon. You can't speed it up somehow? I've got everything here taped up within an inch of its life. Literally, running out of options. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to shut down the worst ones and use their parts for the others. You mean you haven't been doing that already? So you're just gonna wait until everything falls to pieces? Okay, all clear, boss. You okay? How's it going, hun? Huge explosion a minute ago. Thought the building was gonna collapse. Yeah, heard it here too. Why I wrote. Yeah, I think this is it? Like war? For real? Dunno. Let's not worry about it right now, okay? I'll head home early and we'll figure out a plan. Evacuate. Hey, grab your stuff and get the hell out of here. Go home. Get out of Pacifica, wherever. Things are about to go down. I don't know it means some itty-bitty corpse scuffle. The bastards are going at it for real this time. This is the corporate war. Alright, I'll close up shop and head out. Sorry, did the big capital letters not make it clear? Don't close anything. Get out of there right now. Oh, okay. Paulie, listen. If you need it, I got a basement and Eddie fixed up some supplies. Grab an Edda and come over here. Thanks, boss. Clean this shit sty up. Choom, clean this up. No idea why you dragged all this junk in here, and you can bet I don't give a damn about your might come in handy later bullshit. Some rusty torn off thing or what's it? Our job's to guard the area, not open the best little junk house in Pacifica. Come on, Choom, my dad was a hoarder and I'm getting flashbacks just looking at this mess.
Elevator. Hop in. I'll do the rest.
Natalie de Turin. Construction log. Right at the start of the design stage, I recommended reducing the number of parking spaces to improve the elevator functionality. The systems we had to work on required more space to serve as a single spot. Since my proposal was rejected, the work lasted 11 weeks longer than originally planned, and we had to swap out several platforms that were damaged during testing. However, I can confirm that the parking garage is now functional and completely safe. I don't consider myself responsible for the delays or loss of equipment. Clients' demands are impossible to meet in the given time frame, and with the tools provided, I reported my concerns at the start of our work, and my team kept a standard, legally binding working hours. The project could not have been completed earlier.
Be in Dogtown in a minute. Try to steer clear of Hansen's goons.
Speaking of Kurt Hansen, what else do you know about him?
Hansen was an officer. Militech. Tail end of the Unification War, his unit was tasked with taking Night City. They managed to secure a foothold in the southmost pocket and stuck around. Refused to demobilize, lay down their weapons, abandoned Dogtown instead.
Traded one conflict for another, basically.
Hot or cold, no better way to make a buck than war.
Okay, yep, the Unification War. We got food nearby. Let's get fed. Go to the black market. Alright. Strength. You don't get to see V do that too often.
Through storage. You should pop into the market.
Okay. I hear the hustle and bustle. Bruh. They are really hiding stuff for you to find. This is crazy. And it feels weird because it's like there's always stuff to like find and discover in Cyberpunk, but not on this level. So this definitely feels very, very different. And obviously it's because I'm playing the expansion, but you can see the differences in, I guess, environmental traversal as well, which is quite cool. So this will take us through to the market.
Get your ammo, assault rifles, that's still here. Too tame?
Wow.
Scare what we got in the bag. Dreaming of having your very own Arasaka turret? Got you covered, folks.
Who is that? Imogen. Hello, Imogen.
To their previous wearers? Well, who the hell cares?
This is so cool. Can I go back? Can I go back through here?
Assault rifles, tactical gear.
They've blocked me out from going back. Which is pretty funny.
We got small caliber, large caliber, illegal as fuck caliber.
Illegal as fuck caliber. Okay.
This is Kurt Hansen. If you're hearing this, you've come to the right place. NCPD, gang wars, not in Dogtown. Taxes, who the fuck needs them? In Dogtown, I keep your business safe as long as you abide by my rules. Sound fair to you? I thought so. Good.
All right, brother. Damn.
I heard you have a decent selection.
It's like I'm going through Cyberpunk for the first time all over again. It's so cool. Seeing something brand new.
I recommend you.
They got a Ripper Jock here too, actually, which is very good for me. Oh, dude, look at this lion.
You, want something, Chum?
I hate to break it to you, but you got dicked over.
Hey,
There's no gig. Vargas store and join us.
Who's our Dogtown Ripper? Aaron. Yeah.
How'd you wind up here? Apparently everyone in Dogtown's got a story to tell.
I came to Dogtown to rip, not to chat.
So you're running from the past?
Only stupid questions.
Grayson McDonald.
Interesting place to put a clinic?
Gives a competition a fighting chance.
Not sure I follow.
You rap skills like mine in a shiny new office, all the other rippers in town go bust. Biz 101.
But seriously, a bathroom?
Place is a place.
Place is a place. God. Alright.
I'd like to switch up my chrome.
Lie down, ignore the blood, it's just an old stain.
Dude, this is the worst Ripper I've ever been to. Okay, it's been a long time since I have looked in my cyberware menu because we've just been kind of cruising. So this will be great because I've probably got some real high tier stuff that I can also afford to upgrade now. So I'm going to play around with this and see what we end up with. All right, how's that for an upgrade? Put everything to tier 5, get a few iconic pieces in, upgrade the Sandy. Let's test out my brand new body. I put a lot of eddies and crafting components into this new chrome that I got going on here. I feel like a brand new person. Very good. So much sitting in menus and upgrading and seeing everything, but there we go. We did it. And I am happy with how I look. I really am. Alright, thanks! Beautiful upgrade. I feel strong.
He scrolled all those European BDs, thinks he's like cultured or something.
I've still got eddies left over, so we can take a look around. Oh god, hello.
Radical mods, June. Never seen anything like that on a non-maelstromer.
You mean this? Ain't seen nothing yet. Check this out. Or this shit here.
What happened? Some kind of accident?
There's a bunch of theories. Cyberpsychosis, childhood accident, mind blast, body dysmorphia. Take your pick.
Which one's the real one?
Whichever one's gonna land me a sale. Speaking of, how can I help?
The body dysmorphia. He's got the flamethrower arms.
Collection. Ain't scared something will go off on its own.
I'm jacked into all of them. Feedback loop, cohesive connections, and all that. Chill.
All of these are your peripheries? Not afraid of an overload?
Me? Afraid? No, wait. Maybe. Anywho, don't want the gear to get cold now, do we? Hey, check out this bad boy. Rostovich DB2 Satora. Word is, this cube named Brick owned it.
Where'd you get that piece?
Hey, a good dealer never reveals their sources. I'm all about the lost, the found, and the kicking. Make all your lethal dreams come true.
Brick. Can I just point out the fact that all of that dialogue, all of that animation work, all of that came from me just saying, let me see what you have. That's very good. That's so cool. Incredible. New weapons too, with like the color scheme of Dogtown, which is pretty cool. You can fit right in if you want. See what he's carrying. We got this. Hang on, wait a minute. Hang on. Isn't this my... Wait a minute. I don't have that in my storage. Wait a second. I don't have enough money, but... Dude, this is Satori that goes with the Nahan. Leaps toward distant enemies. When Satori is sheathed, press R2 to perform a quick draw that is guaranteed to inflict bleeding. Nice, like Samurai Blade. If the enemy is already affected by bleeding from Nahan, Satori will cause hemorrhaging instead. Damn. So I was told that I missed this item because you get this during the heist. And unfortunately we missed it. I guess Phantom Liberty affords you the luxury to get the weapons that you missed. Ayado is more than a martial art. It demands razor-sharp concentration and awareness of the here and now, conscious action that finds its expression in the lightning-quick technique of sword drawing. With this katana forged in the first half of the 20th century, formerly owned by Saburo Arasaka, no opponent will take you by surprise, and if they manage, they'll very quickly regret it. What I love about this is, let's just say, the heist goes down, and then this blade gets sort of taken and sold through a bunch of black markets and then ends up in the hands of this guy. I love that, An errata allows you to leap towards enemies, and attacking burning enemies guarantees crit damage. So we got some legendary stuff here. Problem Solver, Order, and the Apparition. Monitors its user's vitals. When health level is critical, fire rate, reload speed, and damage are increased. Charge shots deal twice as much. Removes all safety and reason by firing almost 1,000 rounds per minute. And charging this weapon above 66 vaporizes enemy... Okay. Execute Order 66. Gotcha. I understand. I gotcha. Very cool. Okay, I'll be back when I have more money that I didn't spend on all of my cyberware. Sia Baruti. Could do with a meal.
Smells delicious. Mouth's practically watering.
Garlic sauteed in butter. Best smell in the whole wide world.
Can I get any good grub here?
You sure can, miss.
You sure can, miss. Oh, I can't do my immersive food vendors here. Maybe because it's a different place. Military-grade lactic acid recyclers permanently increases stamina regen increase rate. Whoa, I can't read today. I'm so sorry. Permanently increases stamina regen rate by 1%. Due to known complications with lactic acidosis, this treatment for optimizing anaerobic energy generation is only authorized for use by a small fraction of the world's national and corporate armed forces. A permanent 1% increase to stamina regen. Sure, 12k. Bit expensive, but yummy. I'm assuming I have to actually eat the damn thing. Oh no, hang on. I think that just went automatically into my system, actually. So I think we're good. I think we're good. I get overwhelmed when looking at my backpack. Yeah, it popped up on the screen for a second there, so I think we're all right.
I'm already.
Girl,
The biz I just closed. Gonna be home for a while.
Heard wild stories about this place. Among vendors in Kabuki, it's downright legend. Seems the legend's true.
Stalls here? Just the tip of a mammoth iceberg. Dive deeper and you'll find a truth that's much darker, even downright disgusting.
Wait a minute, look. There's got a basilisk.
Biggest deals take place behind closed doors. Dogtown stadiums where the right buyers meet the right sellers.
Oh, they got cars down here too. This looks dangerous though. Hold on, because
wrong way.
Yeah, but like, look, this looks active.
You should have supplied those filters, no problem. But no.
Oh, it was highlighted in red. I'm like, is this? Are we about to watch a kid get blasted? Yeah, look.
You have your filter instead of a fucking leak.
You said I'm going the wrong way, but I'm just looking around.
It seeped into the tank already, Kay. Hey, you fucking spying on us or something?
Don't mind me, just passing through.
Yeah, well, pass faster.
Damn.
Listen, Mamacita, it seeped into the tank already, Kay. If one of Hansen's dogs find out, I guarantee they'll string us both up.
There's some fancy wheels down here.
In an hour or so. Lend you the gear, see who's free.
Takes so long to scan everybody. I can also buy cars down here, which is really wild. I spent all of my money on cyberware, so I can't really afford anything super fancy right now. There are a lot of cars that I do want to take a look at, like the Mai, the best car ever. Honestly, cars are not that expensive, which is great. Oh man, I need to get my Akira bike, don't I? I can afford that. That's probably what I'll end up buying. Alright, I assume that we'll probably be allowed to explore more of this place after we actually go to the construction site, because we've got like named characters and everything at the moment, but like, holy shit, I'm just taking it all in. Because it's cool to be in a brand new area. And the way that it feels put together is just real cool. Only the hottest iron in the market. Yo, 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 it's your favorite Iron Go here, coming at you with the latest and only the best military iron. You would not believe how much gear I tested this past week, and even some from the one and only Tsunami. We love you, Tsunami. Time to dive in. Let's start with something special. I'm talking special like Special Forces special, not like, oh wow, so special. Nakota released their flagship sniper, the Osprey. If we want to get all technical to the price to quality analysis, my super scientific conclusion is good shit that's expensive, but not like too expensive. It's not so easy to find, definitely more common in military circles, but if you get your hands on one, you gotta try it out and squeeze out a few rounds. And if you actually buy one, all your chums will know you may be a broke-ass bitch, but you ain't that broke. Oh, by the way, I literally took out a Nicola can at 400 yards, so yeah, that's the kind of iron we're talking. Highly effective, but no miracle worker. Your parents still won't love you. Okay, moving on from mid-range to even midder-range, two rifles. The Militech Hercules 3AX and the HA7 Warden. And yeah, they're both like pretty alright. The Warden's ugly and the Hercules looks like a tractor. Side note, it only fires poisonous rounds. Fancy smanchy. Nah? Effective? Yeah. And while we're still talking ugly iron in the mid-list of ranges, a revolver from Tektronica would like to enter the chat. The Mattel, also ugly, but at least you can hide it in your purse. Phew, okay, time for the best part. The Lux brands, the Tsunami Kyubi assault rifle can deliver some serious boo-boos and looks good doing it. Can 1000% recommend. Period. That's it. Next up, finally, my absolute fave, the Tsunami Kappa. This cute little handgun practically fires itself, so my lazy ass ordered one in every color. That's all I got for you today, my little iron babies. Catch you next time. Bye! Subscribe to the latest iron news.
Provides 330% recommended daily vitamin.
Look at, like, oh my god, there's just so many details in all of the stalls too.
Hey, I know you got food. Give me some.
How the hell am I supposed to cop up 30 Eddie's jewelry? It's only support my family off of that pension as it is.
Creepy.
You have any idea how much it costs to raise 2 teenage girls?
35.
Brother, have mercy! My younger sister got back west from Belgium with her young'uns. Their house got flooded, lost everything they had, and the insurance process takes forever.
So, I've kids to feed too.
This is Kurt Hansen. If you're hearing this, you've come to the right place.
Grab set of AR goggles.
Gang wars, not in Dogtown.
Oh.
Taxes, who the fuck needs them? In Dogtown, I keep you.
What am I looking at? The best dressed client has been chosen.
Sound fair to you? I thought
5% off for the best dressed client. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, it's me! Right, I was looking over here because I could see that glitch. Wait, what am I doing here? The sexiest customer. Yeah, that's my outfit, but it's also wearing my mask, which is pretty funny. What the... In my cool Judge Dredd helmet. Oh yeah, the coolest customer. I feel like I'm such a part of Cyberpunk now. Okay, thank you. Oh, that's pretty funny.
Oh, hey!
Looking for some preem threads.
Then you're in the right place.
David, oh man. Damn, there's a bunch of new stuff. Like, crazy amount of new gear. We got a lot of balaclava stuff. Cool armored helmet. I think that there definitely needs to be more in the armor department of cool looking military stuff, so that's pretty sick. What a treat. Okay, some good stuff to look at in there. We'll see what we end up coming across naturally, of course.
Weźmy kredyt. Kończymy ze stadionem.
Ty, dokończymy później. Au! Ach, mamy klientkę.
Czego szukasz? Harmonii, medytacji? A może tego, co wszyscy? Mamy vana pełnego przygód dla umysłu.
Intensy dla każdego.
BDs.
A, oto nasza oferta.
72 hour of extreme sensory deprivation provides a perk point. Ooh, progression shards too for like XP of the different areas. The Snitcher, rare and hard to find brain dancer, puts users in the shoes of a convict interrogated by the FIA. Experience the thrill of snitching on your comrades from the underworld to Night City's law enforcement authorities and the espionage arm of the mighty Noosa federal government. So I guess you get descriptions of this, at least. You get to imagine what the brain dancers would be like. Rare, underrated, and underpromoted XBD. Step into the shoes of a Ripperdoc on the front lines during the Fourth Corporate War. Saw off arms and legs, replace limbs, and service damaged cyberware. An experience suited solely for real fans. I just wish that it would be so cool with like brain dancers if you just buy them, you pop them in, and it's just obviously it's just the scene, and you just sit there and you experience just these like slice of life episodes of Cyberpunk. And I'm like, part of me is actually curious because I'm like, what if these are ones that we actually can? Because they look like a different icon than the ones from like the BD seller on Jig Jig Street. So I might buy one just to see if we actually can watch it. It is an expansion. They could have added Phantom Liberty watchable brain dancers. I don't know. This is the fun of exploration, and they're pretty cheap. But, you know, Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I know that we've bought brain dancers and haven't been able to watch them in the base game, but we'll see. It's an imported XBD, impossible to get otherwise. Real experiences of a person living in the Polish People's Republic. Farmer's Mate, first ever attempt to localize a BD, originally recorded in Indonesian into English. Users relive a day in the shoes of a palm oil farmer who unexpectedly meets his mate. Okay, there's no way that you can actually watch this. Become the landlord of Mega Building H10 and experience the excitement of collecting rent from your tenants. Unique experience available only to those with deep pockets. An experimental XBD for connoisseur only lets users feel almost like a Quadra VTech through a heavily edited experience. Like, I'm going to buy one, right? And then let me see. And then I'll go to my inventory. I'll go to my backpack. And we'll look for this brain dance among this clusterfuck of items. And whenever it's sorted by new items, it's never properly sorted by new items because it's still categorized. It was a green one. Here it is. Yeah, you can't use it, sadly. You can't use it. It just ends up going on the bottom with the rest of your junk. Yeah. Well, I thought it was worth a try.
Getting out of Dogtown? Out of the base?
Uciekać? Nie uciekać, tylko wynieść biznes na nowy poziom. Już nie tylko dystrybucja, ale stworzenie czegoś swojego.
Braindensy to jedna sprawa, ale wyobraź sobie takie mało inwazyjne wszczepy. Takie nieobciążające organizmy.
Nice dream. Lofty, but nice.
Małymi kroczkami do celu. Zdrowe ciało to teraz luksus, na który naprawdę mało kto sobie może pozwolić. To jednak jest gra warta świeczki.
Pewnie. Ale na razie braindensy.
So for 17k I can get a perk point. And then I can get 5,000 XP for these. So I guess this is being able to speedrun a lot of your progression in the DLC. I assume it's just like a one and done. I'll leave that alone for now, though. I'll come back for it later as we just take a look around. Not the blue screen of death. It's an art installation. Wardrobe randomizer. Transfer credits and win a prize. Oh god. Thank you for using the wardrobe randomizer. Oh. Do I Oh. Wait, I got outfit number 6 now. Oh no, I always had 6. What am I talking about? Confusing myself now. I was like, we only had 5. Oh. Okay. I get like a new item out of the thing. For some reason I thought it would randomize my wardrobe. You know what I mean? Like my outfit. I misunderstood. It just gives you a random clothing item, and it gave me trash.
The Lebanese, not bad. Big shipment of grenades. Cleaned us out.
Sophia.
Impressive selection. Probably got some interesting clientele, huh?
It's a cliche, I know, but troublesome questions bring troublesome situations. The kind we all like to avoid. In fact, my family's built its reputation on it. These are my sons. My heads of, security. Experts in keeping the peace.
Nice threat. Direct, but polite.
Why, thank you.
Like to know what I'm buying and who's selling it.
There are many things we like that we can't have, but I'm feeling generous today. My name's Sophia, and I've been in this business since before you were born. Our merchandise is as clean as Saburo Arasaka's conscience. God rest his soul.
Shopping for iron.
Personal use or wholesale? Looking to buy yourself an early Christmas present or equip a small army? Whatever your needs, we can meet them.
Personal use.
Say no more. But should you find yourself in an arms race, we're here to help you cross the finish line.
Okay. Nekomata. We got some big time weapons and crafting specs. Anti-personnel grenade. Cool stuff. Do I have any like... don't have any like tier 5 silencers, only on tier 4, sadly.
You've come to the right place. NCPD, gang wars, not in Dogtown. Taxes.
What's going on over there?
In Dogtown, I keep...
This has been such a ride.
3,000 going once. Going twice. Sold to the vendor license number XYFG75 for 3,000 Euro dollars. What's inside this mysterious Zeta Tech container? Vendor XYFG75 will learn that in just a second. But don't you worry, the next auction of original corporate commodities will start in a few minutes. No risk, no reward, baby.
It's got like buying stuff, buying like the random lots and stuff and seeing what you can get. Mystery box. Okay.
V, been meaning to ask. How bad is it for you?
Wow, okay, there we go. We get to actually see this little walled off section on the stadium.
What's it look like? Here I am doing some mystery runner's bidding, chasing down the NUS Prez in NC's meanest corner. All because I caught a whiff of hope. And I know, it means I'm either crazy or desperate, right?
Wrong, V. It means you have the guts to keep going. It's hard, I sense that. But you're fighting, in spite of it all.
Nice to hear. Hope you're right.
Chin up. We're in this together.
There is that.
Okay. And at this point, in Dog Eat Dog, making it to Dogtown, starting the Phantom Liberty expansion, I'm almost stunned, and not necessarily speechless, because I've definitely had a lot to say, but I'm very impressed with the introduction and the cool story premise as well, and all of the new things for us to discover. So I'm very excited to proceed, but for now we'll be bringing this episode of Cyberpunk 2077 to a close. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode as we finally begin the Phantom Liberty expansion, and we'll try and see how it weaves into the base game, whether we'll like go away and come back or whether we'll just smash it out. Who knows? I don't really know what lies ahead for me, which is very, very exciting. But thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time.